Nitro is the glory.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Nitro is the glory, and Buggy is not paying any bills here at the Raw Nationals. Today is finals day, and I just witnessed the 45-minute Truggy match final. Congratulations to Ryan Maifield, five-time truck champion. Max, you watch it on of course you watched it on Live RC. You know what? Before we go on any further, people, let's share this. Let's get some viewers in here. I know people are watching the 1/8 right now. Try to get this in before the quarterfinal started. We wanted to get a catch up on what's going on today. Max is back in his house from practice. What's going on, Max?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I had some practice yesterday. Spent a good night camping, and I've been looking more into the race today. And the Truggy Man was almost exciting. There was a chance for it to be exciting. It's pretty sad that Tessman had that issue at the fuel stop, but yeah, I mean Mayfield was still pretty solid, so none taken from him.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that and more here in a minute. But first, I'd like to shout out and say thank you to all of the NNRC squad around the world. We can't do it without you guys. Thank you for all the support. Also, shout out to the Patreon. Thank you guys for all the extra support. You guys help make this happen. The people that are watching us, hey, share this for us, please. Help us get some viewers in here. And Jeff Keaton's in the house, so it's gonna be fun. We should call Keaton up, but he'll stir too much. It's too much crap. I'll have to shout out and say thank you to all the awesome sponsors of the podcast. Remember, everybody, sharing the sponsors some love, shares the podcast some love. Shout out to Mayako, TNR Fuels, High Tech, Sun City RC Raceway, Beach RC, Techno RC, Manscaped.com. Don't forget to use that promo code no name and save 20% off your order. Lugs RC, Racecraft USA, RCGP, JQ Threads, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, House RC, and yeah, I think that's it. Got my Beach RC shirt on that Brent made for me. I'm super happy for this. It looks pretty good. If anybody knows anybody here at the Nationals, I have a 2X Nitro is the Glory shirt left, and I have some of the other podcast shirts that I made last year actually, and they actually only have 3X and 4X left. So if you're a big boy and you want them, let me know and send someone there to get them. As you guys can see, we have the NNRC cup here, right here. This is the cup, the reef that Heather made for us. So one racer is gonna get his name on this today. I'm hoping for Tebow to win because that'd be great if he could win the Nationals and get this, but we don't know. All right, so it is finals day here at the Nationals. Let's touch on something real quick. So yesterday they did the rain came and that's changed the track. In fact, I think it's made the track a lot better, to be honest. But they decided not to do the fourth round of qualifying yesterday, and that hurt a lot of people. It helped a lot of people, but it hurt a lot of people at the same time. So it's a bit of a shame. I think they should have had the fourth run in last night instead of trying to. They rushed some mains. They cut down the mains here to 10 minutes. That was Raw's decision. I heard there's a big argument over there. That's more. I'll talk about that more when I get home and I do my full recap. But basically, they know a fourth qualifier for that. Like I said, that hurt people. But I mean, that's why it's important to make those first three count as well. You know what I mean, Matt?
Yeah, obviously all of that can happen, and I think it's the right decision to not run the last qualifier. To be honest, it's like trying to run a qualifier on a wet track is, I think, a worse idea than to just skip a qualifier, because in the end you still have three. If it was like you had only two rounds that have run, and you haven't run the third one, I could see the argument to run a third one on the wet track. But I see this the best way, and you get most time for the mains. And to me, like the 10-minute main is a joke. It should be at least 20 for everyone.
Jeff is a big defender of Raw. I think he's like in the inner circle with them. He loves them. I love Raw too. We just need to get them people out because they don't know ass from the elbows. Right now, it's been so much tougher that I can talk. They fixed the track last night. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Probably they made the right decision. Who knows? But that wasn't why they made the decision. What they were arguing about was where they wanted to go after. It was a big argument. We heard about it. Anyway, the big winner out of that was Ty Tessman. He goes in. I'm sorry, Dakota Fend goes in TQ of the Buggy race today. He does not have to race the semis, which I actually think is a disadvantage for him. I think they should do it kind of like the TSOC race does, which is once you are TQ, you're guaranteed a position in the main, but you still have to use the semi to place yourself. So you still get that 30 minutes of practice that the other guys don't get, But I get it. Fair is fair. This is how it's been done all this time. He's in. He doesn't have to worry about it. He's chilling out till this afternoon while the other guys have to race in and then thrash after that. Yeah, I agree, Mike. 10-minute mains for all these people that came out here and spent all this money to come out here to this race, paid the $100 and Raw membership. 10-minute mains is good for them. I think they could have went longer today because they have breezed through this program so fast. Like Mike goes, hey, the Truggy Champion's coming up right now, and I was like, really? In like 30 minutes. So it is what it is. But the program is rolling along great. I think that's more to do with the actual track owner. He is a hustler. He is busy. He is making sure everything is done right. I haven't seen that guy sit down since I got here. Actually, I did. He watched the race for a little bit. All right, Max. Any observation? Oh, before we go on any further, I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to everybody. In the DR, it's not Father's Day, but in Bermuda it is. So Happy Father's Day to the fathers. It's a good day to be at the racetrack. I think it's our day. So there you go. All right, Max. Do we want to go straight into do you want to touch on anything in qualifying, or do we want to go straight into the 45-minute Truggy main?
Yeah, I think we should wrap up the Truggy main since it was just a half an hour and an hour ago. So yeah, let's start from the Truggy main.
Okay, so going into the truck main, Maifield was the dominant guy in qualifying. He started on TQ, and let's just say this: he never lost that position from start to finish. What a dominant performance by Ryan Maifield to win that 45-minute race. I mean, literally, he made one little mistake, and that was coming when he in his first pit stop, and he made a little bobble coming. And Drake and them guys are getting him full up. I mean, he didn't even look like he was trying out there at some point. He just got it into cruise control and just walked away with it. I did think the Fend was going to mount yes, they did do a great job getting that. Keaton's talking to you. Sorry. The only person that I thought that had anything for him was the Fend. He was absolutely flying up there on those off-camber turns. And I'm probably going to get blamed for this as well. But as soon as I said, oh, wow, Fend is flying, he crashed. And then half a lap later, he ran out of oil. He flamed out. And everybody that was standing next to me went and said, see, you shouldn't have said anything. You jinxed already. So I don't know. Maybe I am a jinx for Fend. I maybe just shouldn't mention mention him anymore. I don't know what's going on. Ty, I thought would mount a comeback, but you would think like you thought maybe he was on those hot race tires and he's probably on a harder compound, and you thought he would mount that. You just eventually mount that comeback, and it just never happened. He got stuck back in traffic, and Maifield was just dominant, man. Like I'm telling you, he was wherever. And that six pack in front and second straight is really sending people for a loop. When Mayfield's going through that, like he can hit it from any line, and his car just through it, and he's just on point. He was just on point, and hey, now he's a 5-time national Truggy champion. So congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Hello, Matt.
Yeah, well, looking at that, I would like Fend just like fended himself out in the start. Like to me, he looked like the only guy who was matching matching like Mayfield in speed. Obviously, from the start, Mayfield looked much more comfortable. Like his car looked much more settled. He was comfortable in first, and Fend looked sort of a bit all over the place. And somehow, just I don't know, he looked like he was way too punched, and something was gonna happen, and it did. And if any one of you guys remember the 2014 Raw National, the Buggy main, it was exactly the same scenario. There was like a back corner, and he hit the pipe, flew off the track. Then he didn't flame out, but he was so far in there, and there was a kid marshalling, so he lost like a half a lap or something. And this time he flamed out. So being honest, like this is pure Fend. I don't want to be mean, but this is what he does. This is the MO. Like there couldn't be much more of a Fend type race that he did today. So I hope
I,
he has better luck in the buggy main. But like this is pure him. But then going on to Tessman, uh, he was like I was a bit surprised because at the start it seemed like Mayfield had gapped him, but then Tessman sort of came back a bit before the pit stop flame out. He really had a bit of a chance, but we kind of got robbed there when he flamed out, I think.
yes, we got robbed of a serious battle. I see Jeff Keaton's talking about that FX engine, but I'll tell you what, I haven't heard that FX engine seems to be faster than most of these engines out here right now this weekend, especially in that Truggy. And Cavallari, man, what an
Yeah.
impressive third place for Cavallari. He started way back. He had to battle his way up, and that's what the guy does, just silently, like a silent assassin. He's there, and had he probably had a better start, I think he's probably the only one that had something for Cav. So I mean for for Mayfield, sorry. So it was interesting to see. He looked good out there, man. I'll tell you what, these TLRs are actually looking really good out there. Fenn's car looked great too, but Fenn's just fast, and even the lower finals, you got a lot of the like Mason Fullers, Caden Fullers, Ashton Abdul, the Kothmans, all these these TLRs are looking good out here on this track. So kudos to Cav, man. Unfortunately, I'm really hoping that we don't see this in the Nitro main. I do not want to see a walk away like this. I don't think so though, because for me, I think the buggies are better on this track this whole weekend, faster.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it seems very unlikely there's going to be a walkaway, considering the fact that Mayfield has really been on top of his game on Truggy the whole year. So DNC domination, then Silver State pretty much domination on Truggy, and the thing is, oh no, Tebow won at Silver State, but still Mayfield was up there. But anyway, Mayfield has been like Truggy has been his class all year. So Buggy has
Yep.
been a little bit iffy at times. Then he comes up in the main, but Truggy's been like uh his class. He's always comfortable with the car. He's always up there, and like this is nothing new in my opinion. But in the Buggy main, I feel like we have much more of a chance. Fend is always better in Buggy. I feel like he a lot of times has more speed in Buggy. Then Tessman seems even faster with Buggy, and I believe he had a bit of a disadvantage with that body as well
Mm-hmm.
on Truggy class. But in Buggy, I feel like he's the most consistent guy. He finished second every round. Like
Mm-hmm.
Tessman was like, if you combine all the three runs, he was like under like half a second off TQing all three rounds. Like if he had like 1/10 better like times in two of those rounds, he would have been TQ. So like
Oh yeah, I agree
it
with you.
was super tight. So Tessman seems to be the best guy at the moment, even though Fend is TQ. Mayfield, you can't really ever count Mayfield out, so he's up there as well. But being honest, like this Truggy main was sort of like it really showed that the guys who are gonna be far. Cav was a bit of a surprise, but I mean Cav is Cav. I already yesterday called out that I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the podium in Buggy as well. So yeah, and actually one thing I was really surprised about was Red Law, where he really started with development, gets some speed from the main, and then just finishes really high. He was finished fourth today, which is similar to what he did at DNC in Buggy. So I'm feeling like Rivkin is still gonna be in the top 5 fight, especially now that he has a semi, so he can get a good starting spot from the semi, get his practice in, get more comfortable with the car, and then have a good main. So I wouldn't judge Rivkin out either.
Yeah, I mean, Rifkin had a great B main, won that convincingly, gave him some confidence. He was like you said, he was battling it out with Cav for that third spot. It was a good run for him, but just made some mistakes. Like honestly, like I just can't stress that Mayfield made zero mistakes out there. Just that one little bobble coming into pits, and that's what won him that race, man. Seriously. Guys seem to have regrouped after having a bad qualifying day. Mayfield, with Truggy, Spencer as well was not good in qualifying yesterday. So that gives them some confidence that they needed, I believe.
Yeah, I feel that too. But yeah, it's gonna be really interesting for the mains, though. I mean, I'm
Next,
I'm I'm feeling like I'm feeling like the top 8 is secure for the main from the semis, but
mhm.
like 8 to 20, it's like almost any of those guys could bump to the main, and this is
Oh, I
exciting.
agree.
This is what really good about the semis. I feel like.
This is why I like the MR style racing. I want to talk about
Yeah.
the track. So we got some rain yesterday, not a whole bunch. I mean, I thought it was gonna really pour down. It started as a sprinkle. It did go up to a drizzle. It rained hard for about 10 minutes, but not really hard. But I actually think this helped the track because, as you can see, today is the first day that is actually forming a groove. And that's because I think it's washed a lot of that soap that they use. Excuse me. They use a mixture of laundry detergent and soap to uh, to treat the track to keep the moisture in. So that water washed it away. So now you're starting to see it get dark. So the traction's coming up. Plus, this is the hottest day it has been since um we've been here. Like it's like 90 plus degrees. It's humid and it's warm today. Like even we both fan and we haven't used it all week, but we busted it out today. So I think that's gonna play in factor as well. And we're up north. Like it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be warm till about the start of the main here. When it starts around 5:30. So really interesting to see. The humidity has messed with guys too. We saw Drake. I was talking to Drake after he had his flame out in his C main, which he was leading. Drake is the master of human, and he said, "Yeah, I think just the humidity messed with that. I just needed to lean out a little touch on the top end, and I think I could have made it, but he just missed it. Flaming out on the last lap. But they gotta risk it.
Could he
You know,
have? Could he have pitted?
excuse me.
Like, did he have enough of a gap so he could have pitted to still finish to like second or third to bump?
Um, Probably, but he kind of fought in the back, because there is like the thing is like once you get in those backpacks on this track, it's so hard to overtake. You're literally watching trains of cars go on this track. It's so good to see. So he was back in that pack and trying to blow up through that. And when the pit cycle through, he was ahead, but it was like it literally he lost, like he flamed out like with half a lap to go, pretty much, or just over, well, three-quarters of a lap to go. So it was pretty
Yeah, but
interesting.
yeah, come on, everyone's been struggling to make 7 minutes, and Drake tries to do 10. So that's
Oh,
really crazy.
he almost done it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I mean, he's still down in the sea, so come on, he shouldn't be down
Oh,
there.
yeah. The Mugen about Tanner Danny was in the C, I believe.
He
Or B,
was.
sorry. He was in the B, and
Well,
he
yeah,
was,
B I can accept, but C is still crazy.
dude. He was in front of that. I'm telling you, man, that six pack was catching guys out. Like, you know what I mean? They
Yeah, I'm
they
wondering why
just
people don't just do just like, is it so much slower to just jump it
yes,
like
yes,
2-2-2?
double. Too slow, man.
Yeah.
When everybody else is doing that. Yes,
Yeah,
the
but if
the
you're like having issues there, like just like I could imagine a lot of guys who crashed it like twice or 3 times a run, you could just
mhm.
do 2-2-2 and get a good run, especially like because it might be raining, so you need to get those runs in. So I
I don't
mean,
think we're gonna get
those
rain
guys just
today,
have to
though.
blame themselves, really.
I don't think we're gonna get any rain today. The skies are
Yeah, but
pretty clear.
yesterday,
Oh,
yesterday
yeah,
when
I'm
he was
talking about today.
qualifying, yeah,
Yeah, Yeah, that shows the importance of getting the early qualifiers in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Gotta get them in, make them count. You know, the weather is a factor here. Yes, the cable cam caught on fire. The ESC blew up actually. So, it was not a lipo fire. It was the ESC that blew up. If it was a lipo fire, we would have seen flames. I actually saw that. I think I got some video of it, to be honest. Okay, so let's talk about Fend. So Fend EQ. Now,
yeah,
if you go back to 2012, Fend and Tessman battled out on this track to the very last corner, right? To the very last. I think they even passed each other 4 times in the last lap. I don't know. It's not looking good for Fend. He flamed out twice in this race. Well, twice that I saw, and like just a random flame, like that Truggy flame just happened, like, and I don't know why. And then he flamed out again coming into pits
well,
later
the first
on.
flame out was pretty clear. He crashed and was upside down after
Oh,
like
I
six
missed it.
minutes of running. So he crashed in the back straight. He was upside down for like five seconds at least. He didn't rev it at all, and probably because engines are running quite hot, and
Mhm.
also because it's like 6 minutes of running, so his tank must be pretty empty. So he just flamed out.
Yeah, but 6 minutes on a truck, man, you shouldn't. It shouldn't be that low.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be
well,
that
but
low.
but it's like when you flip it upside down, the glunk in the tank doesn't go to the bottom. It just sort of bends just slightly. So if
Yeah.
you're like 6 minutes of mileage, there's only slightly like the fuel tank is so big, so there's only like a slight drop of fuel in the tank. So when you go upside down, the clunk doesn't go all the way to the downside of it. And when you're upside down that long, you're just gonna flame out. And I mean,
And
he didn't rev it. If he revved it, he would have been fine probably, but he didn't rev
you
it at
know,
all.
and to be fair, he has struggled. There is a rut right there on that corner, and he has struggled there. Even in Buggy, I was watching his qualifier. He almost flipped over that wall. I said we're gonna have a reenactment of 2014 and it at Thornhill when he flipped over, and nobody saw him for all that time and cost him the race. So he needs to figure out a different line through there if it's making him, if it's costing him throughout his Truggy run. Truggy should go pretty smooth, in my opinion. All right, what else do we have here, Max? Anything to add on Fend before we go out of here? Before we talk
Well,
about Testament?
yeah, well, Fend is he just needs to get his shit together. It shouldn't be that hard, really. He's driving way too hard all the time, and he's making those same mistakes year after year, race after race. It's like it's not like oh something always happens to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, he just messes up himself. Like I could
Mm-hmm.
say like oh when he flamed out at DNC, you could say oh he had bad luck. But when that happens race after race, and when it's always like you tune your engine really lean and then you crash and it flames out, you should know yeah your engine was pretty hot. It
Mm-hmm.
probably has low idle when it's going really hot, and then when you crash it flames out. Or even if like here it was pretty much his own fault completely, he didn't even rev it the engine when it was upside down. So it's like, and especially what we talk about with JQ about how he sets up his car, the way he sets up his car, it's just prone to flip out at some point. So everything he does leads to these situations. It's not like he gets caught out. It's like he sets himself up for failure,
Mm-hmm.
and then
I agree.
like people act surprised. So I mean, he's good in qualifying, no doubt. And if he gets together for a main, he's doing good. But like, he really needs to either like take 5% off of his like driving. He needs to make sure he doesn't crash, or then he needs to find a new philosophy to go about his racing. So yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I
that
don't.
could help. I mean,
Yeah, but
I'm not even joking now. I mean, I could make a joke about this, but actually having side dams on his car could really help on it because when you have more downforce, because not the side dams on its own, but having the wings on the car have more downforce in the car would settle down the car much more. Now what he's doing, he's driving a car which is really up in the air. He has a really high roll center, so every time he catches a rut or catches a pipe, he just flips over immediately. So having more downforce would settle down the car, keep it more on the ground, and he would probably be better off. He will still have a lot of those same issues, but yeah, I would fix it the other way, but that could work as well. That would help him. So yeah,
see
Jeff is to
Keaton, but
Spain here, but he accidentally was right for once.
accidentally. All right,
Yeah,
so let's talk about Testament. To me, I think honestly, this is Tessman's race to lose. He is the silently confident. His car is good. He's consistent. He left a lot of meat on those bones yesterday. Like he has more speed. He just hasn't. He hasn't shown all his cards yet. Uh, he looks buggy yesterday. Now Truggy, I was expecting a bit more today, but yesterday in Truggy, he looks like way more consistent than Fend. Fend is faster. Fend has the faster pace by far, but I think Tessman's just hurling, not showing all his cards, and I think we're gonna see it come out here in this hour main. Plus, I mean, we can't go against him. 4 times he's won this race, so that's 4 times he's had to do a 60-minute race to win this. He's also one of worlds in this, so they know how to win 60-minute races. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah. Tessman is set. He's good to go for 60 minutes. He's gonna be great, I think. But the thing is, like, as we just talked about Fend, like Fend could do exactly what Tessman did if he just slowed down by like 5% of his pace. Like he could do what Tessman is doing right now, which is being super consistent, not make any mistakes. I guarantee you, if Tessman needs, he can pick up his pace. The thing is, his engine is a bit iffy. Like OS is much more reliable than FX, even though I have no doubt that they are really good with their engines. They can make it work for them. They made it work for Coelho a few years down in Portugal. So I have no doubts that they will have the engine together. But like that's still something that they might have to question. The tires are going to be good this weekend, I believe. Like this is a perfect type of surface for hot race tires. So now it's pretty much only down to keeping the car running for 60 minutes and getting up front in the start. So if he can hold on to rear end of the Fend and then just capitalize on the mistake, he's got this one in the bag, I believe. Maifield is the only one really to have a real challenge unless Fend can do something we don't expect him to do.
What? I'm about to head out.
Like, Kyle wants to say something. Kyle, we got Kyle here. Kyle Champion.
How y'all doing?
They can't see you.
They can't see.
Kyle bumped twice a day, and he wanted to come on the podcast. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What's up about racing, you know?
I know, but we're just in the middle of our analysis.
Mayfield is definitely the fastest out there today. So
See, that's why I'm taking the microphone from you.
Hey,
That's an
Mayfield,
analysis.
baby.
Mayfield is fast. That's not analysis.
he's gonna win.
I think many people think he's going to win around here, but we're going to give reasons why he can go and will not.
Because he's the most consistent.
No, tires.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No.
Give me that microphone, damn it. That's Kyle Chase, and we're gonna get him on. His army guy. He's been serving the U.S. Army over in the Middle East. He's doing some racing. Good dude. I like him. He's been around all day. I've been teasing him. All week I've been teasing him. All right. Mayfield will creep up. I believe so. I mean, Mayfield was when after he broke, I believe he broke yesterday Camberlink. So in his last qualifier, he kind of disappeared. Must have went away and caught himself, and just got it. That's what's gonna that's what makes Mayfield so good. He can come back from this adversity that he's had in qualifying, and he comes out here and he wins Truggy like dominantly. I mean, he has to have that. Yeah. He has to have that boost of confidence going into this main. But I think I know we talk about it being a 60-minute main, but I think being up in front of that pack is going to make a big difference for these guys. I really do. So it matters. Yeah. It depends where he finishes in December. I mean, he could start on the front. He can. Well, not in the front. He could start second. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Also, I wanted to shout out. You haven't put his name on her, but I want to talk about him because he's been pitting across from me. He's good and he's been having fun. He's actually working on his car. Want to talk about Rage Aiden Horn, who has been one of the fastest. Yeah, did you? Okay, he's been one of the fastest associated guys here. And he's super confident. And this is his first Raw National. So he's been coming across. We've been teasing, Pat. He's a good young man. He's confident. He's having fun. He's a little quiet now because he didn't have a really good Truggy main. But he's happy, man. He's excited. He's kind of adapting the new nickname Raging Aiden. But on a rage, I said you rage on the track. Friendly in the pits, but rage on the track. So I'm super impressed by him. That's something I'm just super impressed by the amount of talent, young talent that are in these higher mains, man. Yes. You look even in the 1/8s and the quarterfinals, there's a lot of young talent. I mean, look, Tater Sontag is in the semi. Like Joey Bordon, techno driver, just missed making the semis. Like 22nd.
Yeah.
It's really
Don't forget
impressive to
Pavidis
see.
and Fuller as well.
Pavidis, yes, Pavidis having a great run. Yeah, I saw him. He came by with Truggy, and I was like, oh man, too bad, because he was leading his man. And he goes, I'm not worried about Truggy. I'm worried about Buggy. That's the glory, Keenan. And I was like, that's attaboy. Yeah. I like it. It's good. It's really good to see these. Bro. Yes, but it's really good to see these young lions coming up. Like, which one of these young lions is going to take out these older lions and take over the pack? That's what I don't know. Is it going to happen this week? I don't know. We shall see. It's really interesting, to be honest. All right, what else do we have here? Cavalieri, Sontag, Fuller. The Fullers have had a good run too. Look, there's Pavidis right there. Again, what's up? Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hold on. I have you on.
Hello, everybody.
There you go. Ryan Pavidis. Where are you starting in your semi, Ryan?
7th.
Okay, so how confident are you?
Pretty confident. I'm kind of glad the track went like super high grip, because that's what I've been testing for. So
good stuff.
I think we got a good package coming.
And he says he wants to come over and hang with you in Europe for a little bit, Max, and do some racing over there when things
open up. Some organized racing.
We'll talk about that after the race.
Okay.
But hey, good luck to you, man. You're super impressive. You're just talking about actually and your run. And yeah, man, get out there and kill it. Get focused. Get ready.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
Yeah,
thanks,
all right, dude.
All right, bye.
Yeah,
bye.
Yeah, I wish Ryan luck. He really deserves a final showing here, and he should be one of those guys making the main of the younger guys. He's been practicing a lot. He's been looking really comfortable. Silver State results, all that. He's one of my picks for the main easily.
Yeah, I'm like I can't shout enough to see. It's really impressive. We always talk about the 40+ guys being the people that bring the money into RC. That's true. But we have to encourage these young guys, and it's really good to see a lot of these young racers here, and a lot of these young racers, like we're talking about a bunch of young guys who are on 21 here, doing well, not scared, and they just gotta get it together. And you know what? Anybody can win this race. It's 60 minutes long. Well, first we got to get to the race. So we got to get to the semis. Let's talk about that a little bit. What's up? Gilbert says hello from Germany. Oh yeah, real story. Steichleather, Southeast. Jake Steichleather bumped from his brother, I think Joseph, bumped. They're really good in the Southeast. Shout out to the Steichleather family, good people. I was talking to them earlier. They made the trip up from North or South Carolina to race her. So that's really awesome. Okay, semis. So I believe they are taking, obviously Fend goes through. So I think they're taking the top 5.
Yeah, yes. And then they take the next 2 by time. So 12 goes through the semis, Fend is already in the main, so 13 people main. But the last 2, top 5 goes straight in. And then 6th and 7th are decided on time.
I really would just have an LCQ to figure that out. It would just make life so much better.
Yeah. 5 goes through, then 2 from the LCQ. That would be perfect. I'm really happy we have that Euros these days. The LCQ never disappoints. It's always an amazing race. Because it's just like, it's all either 1 spot or 2 spots that go in. And it's like race for death,
Yeah. It is. So hopefully Raw can, think about doing something different next year. I mean, you think they would do it. I mean, Ifmar is doing it as well enough for us. So I don't know why they haven't adopted her, but I'll be honest, man. I'm gonna save my comments Raw till I do recap her this week. I'm just playing nice. I'm not playing nice, but I've seen a lot of things here that I need to address. And anywho, we'll talk about it. We're focusing on the race here. Okay. Do you think it's a disadvantage for Fend not running this main, for running his semi, Max? I really do. I think it is.
It depends, really. It depends if he has his own warm-up practice. So if he has a practice like between the semis or something, or because they have semi practice, but I don't know when they run it, or do they? I think they might have just
done it. I think they might have just done it. To be honest,
probably done semi practice just then. So the issue always is, I feel like, is they have the semi practice like before the quarters usually, or then just after the quarters, and then they have the semis, and the TQ never runs the semis, so he has a huge gap between that, and they have running the semis between the main is actually it wears out the track quite a lot. So I think what should be really done is just give the guy his own 10 minutes on the track between the semis or after the semis. So
Yeah, so you can get some time on there.
I think that should be the thing, because it really is like if it the way they're doing it now, it really is a disadvantage for Fend. He doesn't get like 30 minutes on a track is a lot. I mean,
Yep.
they had some open practice on Tuesday, but the track was completely different then. So
Yeah,
it's
it is. It's completely different, and it's gonna be even more grip by the time they get to the finals. You know what I mean? I haven't been out there. They just blew it off. I haven't been out there since the truck finals, but I can see like on the face of the jumps, it's getting back from the tires and all that type of stuff. So it's good to see they're gonna have some grip. I think Char, he probably does practice in both semis, so that's good. I'm not paying it.
Yeah.
We don't have a schedule here, so we don't know. You know what I mean? So that's one of my pet
yeah,
peeves here.
but it's still even if like that's what they always do. TQ gets both semi practice, but it's still not enough, because it's important to have the practice as close to the main as possible. Not
Yeah.
like if he has 2 practice runs in the morning, that doesn't really help him. Or like
Well,
even if they have it now, but still like
Yeah,
you need it's really good to have like even running in the semi B helps you for the main. I feel like.
yeah, because it looks like they're gonna do the junior final right after the last semi, and then I'm guessing they're going right into the to the finals. There, I'm obviously it would take about 15 minutes to all driver intros and all that stuff, but yeah, we've seen this before at the Worlds with TQs and going right through. I honestly feel the best thing they can do is just let him run the main, run his semi, whatever semi he was in, and if he wins it and he's the fastest, he's TQ anyway. Or if he just if he DNFs, he still gets he'll start last. That pretty much, you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
he
Well,
still secures his position in the main, but if he DNFs, he'll just start at the back of the pack.
yeah. Well, I don't know. That could work out, but like when you have a person running who isn't running for like he doesn't have to like he doesn't really have anything to lose really, so he
Yeah,
can just take people out however he wants. Like that's something that situation should never be there. So I think the best solution is to just have a 10-minute practice session after the last, like straight after the second semi, because the car is going to be in tech inspection anyway, and they'll have park for May. So like the cars will be in the tech inspection anyway, so he could just have this practice run, and when he finishes his practice run, everyone gets their car and gets to start wrenching for the main. I think that's the
Yeah.
best way to do it.
I definitely agree with the TQ going into the race, into the main
Yeah.
directly, because it'll be a shame if he puts in all this hard work, and we see what happened to Elliot Boots back in 2012 in Argentina.
Yeah.
He TQ'd the worlds and then make it into the actual final. So at least I like that. That's I'm cool with that. So it's better than him not be going directly to the mains, to the final day. All right. What else do we have here? Yeah, this track is fast, man. And to be honest, I think the start is going to be super important. I'm really hoping we'll know more in the semis, but I'm hoping and praying we don't see a walk away here. You know, I don't want to see what happened in Truggy. I mean, I'm happy for Ryan Mayfield, but I want to see a battle to the end. We're here to race, like, you know what I mean? And that is racing. I mean, this stuff was the best, so he wins and he done good. But I really would like to see a battle to the end, and that included in the semis, to be honest. So I'm hoping that the racing is close, because man, if you're not here, you can see it on live RC. But I'm gonna tell you, see these cars, especially on this off-camber stuff, like you can just see them on the edge of traction. And now the traction's coming up; they're going through there even faster. So I don't know, man. I'm just wishing for a good race, man. I honestly am.
Yeah.
I have to. I don't know. Are we gonna make picks? Anything else you want to talk about before we want to analyze what people have to do to win this race? What does Fenn need to do to win this race to win his first national title, Max?
I think he has won Buggy titles before.
He has not.
Pretty
He's
sure he
won
has.
like stock.
He's won Truggy
I
at least. He's won
no, I don't
Truggy,
think
I know.
so.
He won in
No, I don't think
2012.
so.
He won in
See, you
2014 as well.
okay? But we're not talking about Truggy. We're talking about Buggy. He has never won a
He
national
might,
Buggy champion.
yeah, Buggy he might have not won, but he's won Truggy like at least twice, I believe.
All
So,
right.
but either way, Buggy, like I think what he really needs to do is get a good start and just drive.
Mm-hmm.
Drive like for the first 5 minutes, just drive and not crash. It's probably almost impossible to pass on this track. It's really hard to
Mm-hmm.
pass. It's super high speed. The corners are really tight. It's really hard to pass on off camber corners. So he just needs to hold his line for 5 minutes, then get his fuel to last for the first pit stop, and remain first after the first pit stop. And then he's doing good. Like at this point, he can relax. He knows he's holding the front positions. He doesn't have to worry about if he crashes, he's gonna drop to fifth or something. He's probably gonna drop to second, third at the worst. So he can just calm down, try to drive his race. That's what he has to really do. And the thing is, the first 5 minutes are really important because then you can really calm down. Because when you have that pack like together at the start, it's really difficult. If you crash, you're gonna drop down to like sixth, seventh, even if you're first out there. So he
Yeah.
really needs to get the pack stretched out, and then just keep going. But I feel like he needs to just calm down. He always like rushes too much in the first laps. He looks like he's panicking all the time. So
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
needs to just calm down. I feel like that's his biggest issue so far. The worst thing about this is Tessman is behind him. So well, it can be good and it can be bad. It's good because Tessman is most like not trying to pass him, but
Mm,
it's really bad because he's most likely not going to crash either. So if there was if there's Mayfield behind Fend, Mayfield is most likely going to have some mistakes during the main, especially if he's not leading. So Mayfield could crash behind him. He'll get you some room. But with Tessman, he's going to keep the pressure on lap from lap from lap. So he really needs to hold his head together for the first 5 minutes, and then from the pit stop to hold that in. But yeah, I'm really hesitant to say if Ven is gonna even finish on the podium today, even though he's starting first. So yeah, he has a chance to win. He has the pace. He could
mhm.
have the consistency if he just wants to have it, but he needs to change his mindset. I feel like
Yeah. I'm I'm picking Cav, man. I'm picking Cav for the win.
for the
I
win.
picked him in. Yeah, I picked
Wow.
him in the pool. Right here, I picked him in the pool with my neighbors here. I've got $20 riding on it. I went over to him and said, "Hey, look, if you win, I split half to say I split half my winnings with you." He said, "All right, don't worry, Lefty, I got this." Cav's my winner.
Yeah,
Um,
well, I'm going full Testament because like we always see this. He's always better with Buggy than Truggy. Seems like the last few years. I feel like
mhm,
the X-ray Truggy isn't up there with Mugen and associated Truggies. Those usually are pretty good, and
mhm.
Techno obviously. But I feel like Buggy is always more strong. He always focuses more on Buggy. I feel like well everyone does, but he especially. I feel like he's really puts the effort into Buggy. So Tessman is really my pick. His car looks comfortable. This is the perfect style of track for him. He has
Mhm.
good tires. The engine is okay. If he doesn't flame out, he's fine. So Tessman is to me he's the obvious pick, and I'm definitely thinking he's gonna take this away. Mayfield has a shot, but he
Yeah,
needs to get up there from the semi. If he starts third, Mayfield can be up there as well.
yeah, yeah. You can't never count out Mayfield. Michael Norris, are you surprised Techno didn't have anybody on the podium? I am. They were looking quite confident in Truggy. Tebow, I believe, is the best truck, but just got back in traffic, man, and he couldn't come back. I mean, he got lapped by Mayfield, I believe, like with 15 minutes to go or something like that, or more. So he's probably thrashing. I'm leaving him alone. I think if Techno can win this, it's gonna be probably you're probably gonna see Tebow doing it because looking at the other guys, they're just pushing too hard. Like and Techno I'm sorry, I believe Tebow has much more experience in these longer mains. I think he could win it too. I'm not doubting that, but man, I'll just be honest with you. Tessman, Fed, Mayfield, and Cav just look too comfortable out there, for my opinion. In my opinion. Do you guys have any
Yeah,
questions? We'll take a few questions here for a few minutes. What's up, Kevin? Good job, dude. This is the man. This man's worked his butt off. His family, everybody here has put on a great program. I cannot say, I can not give these guys enough praise, man. This guy has not sat down, and they did it with a smile. Treated us really good. All right, guys. What's up, Connie? Thank you. Been doing the graphics for the. If you see those nice graphics I'm posting up, that comes from House of RC. Don't forget to go there and make your accounts and sign up if you haven't done that already. So he asked. Okay, back to Mike's question. Do you think they'll be any better in Buggy? You are more of a technical guy, Max. What do you?
I believe they'll be worse in Buggy actually. The Truggy, the techno design style is not suited for tracks like this. So I'm also surprised Truggy wasn't better than he was, because usually they're strong on in Truggy anyway. But like this style of track is worse for all of their cars, both Buggy and Truggy. And seeing Tebow finish fifth in Truggy, I mean I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if like Seth or Jones misses the main completely, just like not by flame out, just by pace. So Jared is always going to be there. He's going to be
yeah,
probably in the top five in the fight. But Seth Jones and even Bornhorst, I
yeah,
have my
yeah.
doubts that this is not the track for these guys. The car is very good on the bumpy extremes, but the car is
Hmm.
with the long arms and all that.
Yep, yep.
It's suited for tracks like that. This is their worst nightmare, I believe.
I don't know what the official name is, Connie. I need to go over there. It's probably the MB4, whatever it is. It's whatever the name is. It'll be the 2.0 version or something. They don't really change their names too much from the acronyms that they use. Um, my dark horse also, man. I think the gentle giant and the nicest man in RC. He's not looked great in Truggy, but he's looked exceptionally well in Buggy. That's Ryan Lutz. He he I think we can see him a top five. I wouldn't be surprised if we even see him on a podium if he can keep it together for 6 minutes. To be honest. All
Yeah.
right, all right. Let's which young up and coming racer do you think we'll see do well in this 60-minute main?
Well, hard to say from 60 minutes, because like I feel like the semi is more important for these guys. So like make the main, and then
Mhm,
anything from the main is a bonus. So I feel like Ryan Pavidis,
mhm.
he's doing really good. Aiden
Yes,
Horn, obviously, he had a good chuggy
yes,
race. Well, not the main, but like overall weekend has been good for him. Chuggy.
yeah, and Buggy as
Um,
well.
yeah, Buggy too. He qualified high up there.
Yeah,
So Sontag is one of the biggest surprises in my opinion. I haven't
surprises.
heard him race a lot, but
He's been
he's
raced.
been a
I
really,
believe he's raced every race this year. DNC,
yeah,
DMB.
this year he's been doing really well at these big races. So I mean, I would still be surprised, even though he qualified that high. I would be surprised to see him in the main, because it's just that make like here is what when the nerves come in, and here's where like the
Mhm,
little things count. And I feel like Ryan Pavidis, Aiden Horn, both of these guys have like that sort of, they can keep their head together usually, at least, so they can have like the racecraft to make the final. So I think those guys are gonna be one of the strong ones. Then like it's really hard to say. Like Cole Tollard, he has made the main
Oh,
before.
sorry. I forgot to talk about Cole Toller. Been super impressive this weekend. And he hasn't raced
Yeah,
much. I got to talk to him. Nice young man. Very quiet, very reserved, but he's had a good weekend in
yeah,
Buggy. So that's another
yeah.
surprise to me. Um, I'm looking at HB Pits. I'm looking at Cole. I'm wondering, is this gonna be the year he does it? I'm not too sure. He's smiling right now. He had a really bad truggy main. I don't know. He's super fast here,
Yeah,
but he has to
I'm
hold it
feeling.
together for 60 minutes.
Yeah, I'm feeling he has a lot of the same issues as Fend. He just drives too hard, I feel like, and this track doesn't really allow you to make any mistakes. So
Mm-mm.
it's hard to say. Like if he gets a good start like he did at DNC, easy podium for me. He has the pace. If he
Mm-hmm.
gets into the groove, he can keep together. So I feel like he if he gets a good start, he has a podium in him, but can't see a win really. It's like either Tessman or Fend or Mayfield has to flame out or something has to happen for Cole to get a win here. I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would love to see him do it though, East Side all the way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
man, I'm looking at him now, and after that Buggy man, like that truck man, he just blew out completely, flamed out a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like what I always say about Cole. There's no in between. It's either hot or cold. There's nothing in between, and he's got to learn that, and he has to learn it fast, I would say. Buggy A main, I guess they're tentatively trying to let it start at 5:30. Actually, we need to figure out after that. We need to figure out who's going to win this NNRC Cup with the points, all that type of stuff. I hope it's a racer that does pretty well. I don't want a guy who like finished 5th and he's upset, and I'm like, hey man, you won this trophy, but I know it's not as prestigious as the national trophy, but we shall see, man. We shall see what's going on. I don't know. Do we have any questions before we go? We're trying to keep these to an hour. I would like to go see some racing. I'm trying to go do another pit walk when I'm here. It's super hot out. So I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna wait till it gets a little cooler and do a wrap up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Everybody's thrashing right now, so I don't want to disturb them. You know, guys are rattled. They gotta get their semis done, thrashing for that. Probably not for the semis, but you know, the ones that are in. So, all right, I got Cav. We're gonna do top threes before we go, Max.
Yeah, let's do top threes.
Okay,
So
you go first.
I go first. You went first yesterday, so I will go Tessman for the first spot, Mayfield for the second, and Cav for the third.
Okay, I'm going complete dark horses this week. I'm going Cav, Tessman, Ebo.
Well, I don't know. I don't think that's the dark horses.
But I want to throw Lutz in there, and I can't count out Mayfield. So.
Yeah, we have to shout out Lutz too. Like new car, hasn't been having big races this year. He's looking good. He's looking solid.
Yeah, he is. I want to put him in there. I think he has a top 5. I think he does.
Yeah, definitely a top 5. Yeah, but can't see him doing. I could see him doing a third, but can't see him winning or even finishing second. I don't think he has that like 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd pace. He doesn't have that like top 2 pace. A lot of people are gonna have to play him out or have issues to him finishing 1st or 2nd. But
and you know what?
I could see him finishing 3rd.
I hope one of these young guys like Tyler Jones or Seth and Dale or whoever makes it. I hope they just prove us all wrong and blow these guys away. I really hope so.
That would be cool. But I mean, at the moment, can't see that happening. But
Connie says Fend will finally deliver on his potential. I really want to say that Fend will fulfill the prophecy, but if I do that, I will be banned from coming to this race, to any races that he attends from here on out. I'm pretty sure about that.
I mean, it would be a miracle to see like 3 years of issues be fixed in between one Truggy and Buggy main. But I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. All right. Well, Max, I think that's it for this week, for this finals podcast. I'm gonna go watch some I was about to say wrestling. I'm gonna go watch some racing. Just catch up. I'm gonna try and do a pit walker. I kind of just want to absorb the last day of the nationals here. I've been kind of stuck at this table or just walking around trying to edit and do stuff. So I kind of want to take today and just observe and enjoy. So and watch this main comfortably and watch the semis and all that stuff. So we can properly talk about it this week in our recap. So I'm gonna let you go. I know you're gonna be watching. I know all you guys are gonna be watching. I know we're kind of doing this between the while mains are going on, but you know we have to give you some in-depth coverage of what's going on. Don't worry, we will have a recap of all of this coming up next week, and I will go into a lot more detail of my observations here with Raw and whatnot and what's just going on. But I'm gonna tell you, these guys came in here Tuesday. Everybody said this is just another race. Right? What's up, Enzo? How you doing, man? Enzo Albertoni. Finally got to meet my boy. Okay. So they came in here. When I stopped her Tuesday, Wednesday, everybody was like, oh, this is just another race. This is not just another race. This is the Raw freaking Nationals. I think everybody is like wow, this race is so hard. The track's throwing people for loops. The weather is throwing people for loops. These young guys, these young lions out here trying to, make their names out here. It's going to be exciting. I'm writing this long blog about my whole experience here. Man, I can't wait to just recap this and just talk about this and let you guys know my experience because I've had such a good time. This is my element. I'm in my happy place. The only thing I could think about going to do something would be get back to another RCGP race or get to a Worlds one day. Hopefully I'm at the Worlds next year in Spain, in Redovan, and this will be even more surreal for me. I'm so happy to be here. If you guys aren't here, you should make it a note to attend the Nationals one day. Max, thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate your help with this. Hopefully you'll be doing the recap this week as well. I know it's late there. You get some sleep. We'll probably be talking after this. Anybody having? All you guys tune into Live RC. They're doing a great job of the coverage. The guys are working hard here, so they, I give them enough credit. I give people crap, give people shit when they do stuff. Like people give me shit when I do stuff wrong, but I also give credit where credit is. Live RC is doing a bang ass job right here, and that's awesome. Max, anything to say before we sign out here, good buddy?
I hope it's going to be a good main. I want to see some good racing for one.
Me too. Dude, we should probably put a little weight. Nah, me ain't placing no wage on her. Hopefully I win this pool money, and then I'm going to Joe Fisher next Saturday, and that can buy me some G.I. Joe figures or something. So we'll see. Come on, Cav. Let's do it. All right, Max. You know what I got to say? Nitro Is The Glory. E-Buggy pays the bills. If you ain't grinding, you're sliding. Max and Lefty out.
Thank you for listening to the No Name RC podcast. We greatly appreciate all the support and love from you, the listeners. Without all of you, none of this is possible. Special thanks to our patrons on Patreon. If you wish to support the podcast further, you can at patreon.com/NNRC podcast. As a patron, you will receive early releases, special content, and patron-only giveaways. Also, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, www.nnrcpodcast.com. Remember, Nitro is the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills. If you aren't having fun, it doesn't make sense. And if you ain't grinding, you're sliding. Lefty out. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory. Nitro is the glory.
That wasn't so bad.